What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to do some 135 tuning changes. Really just some changes to the way it makes noises. I think, honestly, I'm kind of over the way it burbles. It was cool, it might have been sort of a fad thing, but I've always wanted it to have a different sound anyway. I always wanted like one distinct pop on the shifts, and then maybe like a single pop or two on overrun. So what I'm gonna try is adjusting the burble length of time down to a really short period of time and make it a slightly more aggressive sound. So here in a bit, I'm gonna stop, we'll do the tuning, and we'll see how we can adjust the settings to get it closer to what I think would match the sound I'm shooting for now. And then I will go ahead and do the tuning, and then we'll get a little sound clip and we'll cruise around for a bit and see what it sounds like. So just for those of you who haven't heard it in the past, here's how it sounds now. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the window down, pardon the wind noise, but you'll be able to hear the burbles and hear how it sounds now, and then once I make the changes, we can compare. So right now it's got a pretty mild but longer lasting burble. So in a sec, once I do the tuning adjustment, it should be a pretty aggressive but short burble. Right now, I mean, it's a pretty mild burble. I wanted it to keep it at a relatively stock sound. I'm not big into flashy, look at me, loud burbles. You can hear it's pretty good, but again, it's a pretty mild sound the way we've got it set up right now. But in a sec here, I'm going to plug in MHD tuner and we'll make some adjustments and see if it sounds better. And if not, I mean, I can always go back, it's no big deal. Or maybe even just turn the burble off for a little while. Like I said, I'm kind of over it the way it is, but I do prefer to drive the car in sport mode over non-sport mode, which is where you get the burble. So maybe if I don't like the, single aggressive pop, I can always just go to a no burble setup, which may be the way we go. We're gonna try it out before we jump to the no burble and see if I like it and go from there. Catch you in a sec. All right, so let's go ahead and plug in our tuning cable. So tuning cable's plugged in, plug the phone in. So when you plug the tuning cable in, the phone automatically pulls up MHD. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to flash an MHD map. Right, so flash an MHD map, and then my car is stage 2 because I've got a catless downpipe with no intercooler. Car's a dual clutch, So it's gonna talk to the computers, and then we're gonna do options, and let me adjust it real quick. So you can see right now I've got my duration long and the sound is stock. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it to a medium, and I'm gonna turn my duration in sport mode down to 0.1 second. So you can see now I've changed it to where it's a much more aggressive sound, but for a really short period of time. So we'll go ahead and do that flash, which I'm gonna do right now. It takes about 2 minutes. The car is gonna freak out while I do it. And then once it's done flashing, we'll go for a drive and we'll see how it sounds. Okay, here it goes. Flashing ECU. You can hear sounds like the vent fan is kicked on. It's flashing, 2%, 6, 7. It's pretty quick at this phase because I've already done the original flash. The original flash takes like 20 minutes. You gotta have a battery charger connected. These flashes, like I said, you can hear the car kind of freaks out as it goes through and like resets computers, but it'll clear any codes it creates and make everything essentially back to normal when it's done. And this only takes about 2 minutes. So this will be done here in about a minute or so, and then we will fire the car back up and see how it sounds. So back with you in a sec. Alright, and it's about finished. As you can see, there it is. So now it's gonna reset, clear codes. The car is already back to normal. Or that was it clearing the codes. So my iDrive, it's clearing braking codes. And now we just need to turn the ignition off, give it 30 seconds, and then we'll start it back up and see how it sounds. So after we do the start back up, post coding, it always takes like, I don't know, 10-15 seconds minimum before it even acknowledges that there's new coding. It's like the computer takes a second to realize that I've made some changes into the software, and it has to kind of relearn. So these cars have like an adaptive ECU where the ECU itself will actually like learn your driving technique. And I think what's happening after you make these coding adjustments is it takes a second because it has to relearn the new coding. So we will give it a sec here and then go ahead and start it up and see how it sounds. Okay, so it's been about 30 seconds. We're gonna go ahead and start the car up. I don't think that it's gonna be ready just yet, but we'll see if it'll make the noises right out of the gate. Yeah, so no burble, no nothing yet. So we're just gonna give it a sec, let it run for a sec and see what it does. It'll come on here in a sec. Sometimes it takes, like I said, maybe 30 seconds or so before it picks up that there's new changes and gets it all activated the way you want it. So we're just gonna let it run. Give it the occasional throttle blip until it starts making the noises. And once it starts making the noises, we'll go from there. All right, so it's been less than 30 seconds, but I think it's ready. Yeah. So now when I let the throttle off on overrun, you get like one good pop, which is kind of exactly what I wanted. So, all right, we're gonna go rip around and check out the sound, and I'll see what you guys think, see what I think, and we'll go from there. Be back in a sec. right, guys, we're gonna go cruise around, check out the new sound, and hopefully I like it, and it's what I'm looking for, and I can just let it be as is. Yeah, I mean, it's like one medium aggressive pop after you let off the throttle. I think I might set it even a little more aggressive, but I can tell you that on the soft setting or like the OEM setting, occasionally it would pop really aggressively. So I don't want to go too aggressive based on what it currently sounds like, because sometimes the pops might be really, really loud, and I don't want it to be too annoying. So let's see how it sounds. We're heading out into traffic and go for a drive. I think I might have the sound set for too short a period of time. Yeah, 0.1 is clearly too short. The pop's almost non-existent. Alright, so that being said, I'll be back with you in a sec. Alright, so I forgot to show you guys, but I just started writing the map again. This time I went to 0.6 seconds with the same aggressiveness level on the Burble. So we are about 48, you really can't see that. We're about 55-ish% of the way through the tune now. So here in a little less than a minute, I'll catch up with you guys and fire the car back up, and we'll let it run for a little bit, and hopefully when the pops start coming on, it's that same pop level I'm hoping for, but just a little bit longer duration, something that is actually noticeable, but not like over the top long. So be back with you in just a second. I'll let you know how it goes. Oh, so in case I'm not quick enough, it's already clearing codes, rewriting, so now I gotta shut the car off for a little bit, and I'm gonna be right back with you guys. All right, guys, I just finished my last errand. The sound's pretty good. It's a little longer than I want it to be now, so if you listen, it's almost one perfect pop. It's usually like 2, but it's pretty close to 1. And it's a little more aggressive. I think the way it is now is good. I think I can leave it like this for a while, or even turn the time down just a tad shorter. So right now I'm at 0.6 seconds. I think if I go to like 0.3, about half of the difference between where I started and where I am now, I think I should get just about 1 good pop. So I'm probably gonna leave it like this for the rest of the day, not keep messing with it, but I think it's pretty close. If I decide to make a change again before the day's out, I'll film it and we can talk about it again. I'll throw it in this video. Otherwise, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.